What's going on, y'all? AK the Don, host of Don Talk Podcast, back with another episode. I'm here with my guy Merrick again, but this time we're not going to talk about his writing skills. We're going to talk about his spirituality. Word. So I'll start off by asking this: what does spirituality mean to you?
To me, it just means bettering myself and looking in depths of myself, healing for starters, than just wanting to see myself do different things and do different things that makes me feel good,
Mm-hmm.
and just working on myself in general.
Word. And do you have specific types of healing? Like, what do you find are some of the best methods?
Well, I wouldn't say. I think everyone's method is different. Everyone does their own thing. But when I mean to do that healing, I'm taking more of a chakras journey. Thinking about my past, reminiscing on certain things, as you probably seen on my Instagram, things like that. Just reminiscing, just letting go of certain situations with certain people, cutting off soul ties and all that stuff. To me, that's me healing. To me, that's me trying to be a better person. To me, that's trying to upgrade, not like completely forget about what happened to me in my past. It's just making it shape me, so to
So
say.
more of an acceptance kind of thing. Right. Okay. So I'll start off with So you mentioned chakras. So just kind of explain that. Like as if because I'm not really versed in that like that.
Yeah.
But just explain what that means and.
So start off with the chakras. There's 7. There's the sacral, there's the solar plexus, there's the root, there's the third eye, there's the crown, there's the heart, and then there's the throat. And if you really want to get in depth about it, you start with the root. And then what the root does is more of a, like, I'm okay with myself. I feel stable, I feel grounded, I feel here, I feel present, I feel in the now. And that's one of the things that I've been trying to do while not fully working on the root chakra. Is just like, I'm here, I want to live in the now, I don't want to live in the future, I don't want to live in the past, I don't even want to look forward, I just want to be here. And then the third eye, that's where all your knowledge is and all that stuff. That's where your intuition, so to say. And if you want to go even further, there's the crown chakra. And the crown chakra is where you get your divine wisdom, that divine voice and all that stuff. You're one with the divine, like you live in the clouds. They say if you work on your crown chakra, you got to work on your root chakra, because you don't want to be in the sky for too long. You want to ground yourself. And then if you want to go even further in depth, there's the solar plexus. And that's where I started when I started my journey. The solar plexus is in charge of your confidence, your willpower. Like, I could do this. I'm powerful. I'm great, and all that stuff. And I started there because I felt like confidence was one of my things. I was actually, I'm a confident person, but there's some aspects that I could have get more confidence in, like myself, my art specifically. Once you better yourself, your art betters with you.
Right.
And so I started there. I started working on my confidence and all that, because it shows when I do my things and in my everyday processes. My confidence has skyrocketed. But the thing is, you want to be confident in healthier ways. You don't want to be confident in ways that are like distasteful and negative and all that stuff like that, like cocky.
Word.
And then there's the sacral chakra. That's where I'm at right now. I'm allowing myself to feel pleasure. I'm allowing myself to feel joy, even from the simplest things. It's also in charge of sexuality. Be feeling safe when you enjoy sex. Being safe feeling safe with what your sexuality is, what your preference is. Not feeling discouraged or anything like that. And then it's also in charge of your creativity too. I feel like I already said that, but yeah. So that's where I'm at right now. And the heart chakra, that's where I'm at right now, specifically. And that's in charge of acceptance, showing love and loving other things, showing appreciation, more appreciation, and loving nature and all that stuff. And that's where I'm at. And then there's also where I'm at now with the crown chakra. And I've been spending most of my time there. I've been spending most of my times in the clouds.
Right.
And I don't want to come out the clouds because it feels very nice up here. That's in charge, like I said, that's in charge of your divine wisdom and all that stuff. And then there's the throat, which is also one of the things that I started with because I knew I could be more expressive, express myself, express my boundaries, and respect other people's boundaries. And going off of that, the throat chakra is in charge of boundaries, expressing yourself, expressing your emotions. Just getting what's off your chest. Because if you don't, you can feel it in here.
Right.
And where else am I? Because I wasn't keeping track.
I think it was like 5 or 6.
5 or 6.
'Cause you said sacral, root. You just mentioned throat, crown, solar plexus. I think I missed one.
Brain fart on
that. So it's root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat.
Then my third eye.
Third eye and crown. Okay.
I already said crown with the third eye.
So third eye, yeah. That's the last one.
That's the last one. So yeah, I haven't been spending most of my time with that yet. Because I feel like that's where I need the least work, but I don't want to get too complacent. But yeah, the third eye is more in charge of like your wisdom, just knowledge, your intuition, how you feel, and all that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what they say about the third eye.
Yeah.
So I've been spending my time since we had all the free time because of what the fuckery that's going on.
Yeah.
I decided to focus on that a little bit, better myself spiritually and spiritually heal myself. Get to that next level, so they say. And it's been nice. I feel good. I feel very good too. I can feel it in my everyday thing. I'm being more expressive and I'm being more confident. I'm letting myself enjoy the simplest things. I even ate yogurt one day and I felt happy eating yogurt. I was like, that little voice in your head, like, why are you feeling happy eating yogurt? It's just yogurt. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna allow myself to feel this pleasure and feel this joy. Exactly.
So. I can get down with that. I like that. So, how long have you been on this journey?
Since May.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure since May, because it's COVID and then I went back home from school. So yeah, I started in May. How I started it, like I said, I started with this solar plexus, but I was just only focusing on that and just getting, in tune with that, learning how to meditate, learning how to breathe when I meditate. And then from there, I upped my workload. Like I said, I went to the throat chakra. And then from there, I was learning, just teaching myself how to be expressive, learning how to speak my truth, because that's another thing that is in charge of, is speaking your truth and being honest. So I've been working on that too. I started working there. And then this is where I started out. So I started from the solar to the throat when I took my trip to Georgia and Florida. Then from there, I said I'm gonna ground myself there, and then I did that trip, and that trip was mainly for my spiritual purpose. I just wanted to feel grounded for the first time ever. And then I did that, and that shit felt good. And then I came back. I said I'm gonna take that trip, and I'm gonna come back different. I took that trip. I came back different because I wanted to surround myself with love. I wanted to surround myself with people who I know I got love for. I visited my best friend in Georgia, and also I was doing my thing. Then I went to Florida. I saw my cousin, and then that was that trip right there. Just seeing something different from once, and feeling something different from once, getting out of Dodge for a week. And I just said I'm gonna come back different. I'm gonna ground myself there. And then I came because I only leave the root chakra on like the back burner because I want to see different things, and then from there I want to just ground myself and come back refreshed or come back restarted. So I really keep it on the back burner. So from there, I've just been working on the other shit from what I explained earlier. That specifically the sacral, the heart, and the crown. So that's what I've been working on as of recently, like I was explaining.
Word. So, because I do agree with the like even leaving. So how long was your trip?
A week.
Yeah. So I agree with something like that because when COVID first hit, I had already taken a trip to Vegas, like just to be out there because I'd never been out there. So I was like, okay, like it's smooth, just being out there for the few days. that was enough time for me to like relax from everything. Like just kind of getting out of Boston is good every now and then, you know. And then like a couple weekends ago, probably like for the past 2 weekends, like I went to Connecticut, and that was really just to again get out of Boston, which is kind of necessary because you know you spend so much time in one place, and then
it has its stresses.
Yeah, so and then you know like for people who go to work as well or like in school, it's a lot, you know, like a lot builds up and stuff, kind of like, well, exactly like you said, like with the stresses and stuff. So yeah, like, and then every time I came back I was like, okay, like I feel better at least going into the week, you know, like, and then Friday comes, and if Friday was on some bullshit, we're like, all right, like I'm in Connecticut again, not even worrying about what happened last week. I'm here right now, just enjoying the moment. And again, when I came back, it was like, yeah, I needed that. I really did. So just even small stuff like that, and you know, being around people that whose presence you enjoy is very crucial. So yeah, I agree with that. And then you did touch on meditation as well. So how do you meditate?
So that goes into my progress. Well, not progress, process. I have an altar, and on my altar I have a spirit board. I have a whiteboard, and on my whiteboard I have my affirmations. So like I said, I'm working on the crown, I'm working on the heart, and I'm working on the sacral. So as you can tell, I have a very big workload, and that's a very intense workload. You know, I read every specific affirmation 3 times out loud, and then from there I meditate. And in my meditation, I allow myself to be silent. I allow myself to be in the now. I allow myself to take in everything, but at the same time, just thinking on my affirmations, you know. And for every single affirmation, it's a different instance. So I'm also very big on aromatherapy. I love smells. So during that time, I'm surrounding myself with different smells, for each chakra. And then after that, you know, I'm doing that process. I take essential oils and I put it on myself. Then that's also part of that. That's also part of my meditation. But yeah, my process of a meditation is, you know, like I've said, just to allow myself to be in the now, allow myself to take in everything, and just allow myself to think. And in that thinking, I also think about my affirmations and all that stuff.
Right. Okay. Cause I it's like a form of meditation, but like when I go to sleep, I have to have I just started this probably a few months ago, probably before the summer. So they have like apps and stuff to help you sleep and stuff. So I don't know why I can't do like waves or rain and stuff like that. It just, like, it doesn't help me sleep. It keeps my mind going. But having, like, I set it to a voice, and like that voice is like just kind of telling me to go through movements and like deep breaths, like when I'm trying to go to sleep, to help me relax and stuff.
Breathing is very important.
Yeah, like I don't really think I realized that until I started using the app, because everything is about breathing. Like even just now being present here, working on how I breathe and stuff, and where I'm placing my words and stuff, it's very crucial. But yeah, like breathing is very important, and like the deep breaths, like they help. It helps a lot. Like just being able to know how to breathe properly. But
especially when you're meditating.
Oh man,
learning how to breathe properly is crucial.
Yeah. So I like meditation. I do want to kind of expand what I do with meditation, because it's, again, that's probably out of all the things that we kind of talked about like before, I think meditation is the one that that one is the easiest for me to do, at least right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, no, I like that meditation. And then to kind of, let's see. Yeah, so with aromatherapy, you mentioned as well. I know, well, what I wrote down was sage, you mentioned incense, and then, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, it's Palo Santo?
Palo Santo.
Palo Santo. Okay.
That's how I say it. I don't know how anybody else is saying it.
All right. But yeah, so you can start with incense and like what that kind of does for
It's
you.
very relaxing. But right now, what I'm doing, I'm getting incense that are for each different chakra. So if I'm not, doing my process or whatever, I'm burning an incense that is for a specific chakra because each day, there's not a day where I'm not doing something that heals a chakra. The lights matter too. Incense, I love incense first of all, and with the incense, like I said, it's for the chakras. So throughout the day, I switch them up. And with the Palo Santo has it's for different reasons, but it's to like, one, it's a cleansing thing, and for two, it has different characteristics that it's for. It's calming, and it's it what's that word I'm looking for? Promotes creativity. So that's the reason why I do it, and it's also promotes harmony there. I'm a very relaxed person. I'm a very peaceful person. The sage just cleanses the air, negativity. So when I clean my room, I start cleaning my room. Then I burn the incense, and then I burn the Palo Santo, and then I burn the sage. I fully cleanse it because part of being the person that you are is just protecting your space. That's another big thing. You always gotta protect your space. You gotta protect yourself too, and so that's the reason why I do that, while also feeding my chakras at the same time.
Okay.
Having a clean spirit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I don't have too much experience with sage, but like I've seen it on like social media and stuff. But there was one concert I went to last summer, and that's the first thing. Like when the guy came out, he was burning sage. I didn't know what it was, so I'm like, damn, that's a big ass joint. Like I didn't know what it was, and then he's waving it around. I was like, that's a weird way to smoke, because like I said, like I was so ignorant to what it was. But he explained what it was and what he was doing, like cleansing the air and the space that we were in. And that was very different because, like I said, I've never seen that before. So to even start a show like that, I have a lot of respect for him. How he did that. Shout out to Ron Gilmore. But yeah, so that's probably like the only experience I've had with sage. And then incense.
Palo Santo's right on that desk right there.
That's it right there?
Yeah, Palo Santo right there.
Okay.
The stick, yeah.
The stick or this? Oh, that? Okay. So, alright, so Buddha's probably into that as well. That's the guy's name that I'm subleasing under, Buddha. Okay. So, I gotta get in contact with him, see how that is. But, yeah, okay. So I can...
Shit, and there's some more things I didn't tell you throughout my journey. I can't tell you everything.
Well, yeah. Like it's, you can't always give people everything. So
So like I mentioned with the teas are also for my chakras too. So like I said, there's never not a moment where I'm not healing my chakras. I did meet someone on Twitter one day. Come to find out, he was a Native American person, and he's basically telling me what he's been through as a person and his tribes. And so he's a Novato, but I also wanted to learn more, because there's never not a moment where I don't want to know more about what I'm doing and what's in store for me. And so we've talked and all that, and I asked him if I could meet his elder, and then and I got a proof of that. And so at some point, I'm gonna go to Nevada and spend some time with them and just learn more about the spirit and all that stuff.
Nah, that's beautiful because they're pretty much the ones who kind of started it, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's gonna be dope. And
I just gotta find the time to do that. Because I already got a few trips planned, so I gotta find the time to do that.
Nah, that's definitely gonna be key to your growth on your journey. So I'm excited for you, man. That's real dope. So kind of backtracking a little bit, you mentioned your altar. So is that just part of your affirmations as well?
My altar, that's for my spirit waters. I got crystals there because crystals also are healing too. I have a few. I just can't think of the names right now.
Of the names of the crystals?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the crystals are actually associated with my solar plexus. And I have feathers and stuff from nature. Because like I said, you just gotta learn how to be more I'm trying to learn how to be more appreciative of nature and all that. So feathers, pine cone, candles. That's where I keep my incense. That's where I keep everything. And so that's what's on my altar. Probably gonna be putting more stuff to it. But yeah, that's what's on my altar. That's all that for me.
And so how many crystals do you have?
5. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just that good. I know what I got there. Because I have 2 where my whiteboard is, like I explained. Then I have the rest of them in my plants. Because plants need love too. So I have my crystals by my plants.
So crystals are a form of healing as well? Okay.
Yeah.
And
people carry them around in their backpacks, in their pockets, and their cars, on their neck.
Yeah, because I was just about to say, like, I've seen people, like...
People even put it with their pillow when they go to sleep.
Yeah, so, like, any way it kind of helps heal someone, like, however they feel comfortable, like, that's how you have to do it. Yeah, because, like, I've seen, certain vendors that'll have, like, they sell crystals and stuff, so I just don't know a whole lot about crystals and all that. But I was always kind of interested in it. Like, all right, like,
there's crystals for everything, like healing, then like good luck, prosperity, wealth, all that. So just gotta know which one you need, which one will talk to you. Yeah.
Okay. And then, so what are some of your affirmations, if you can share them?
Want to bet if I could remember that too. I can't remember all of them, but
just like some of the, like, the main ones, I guess.
Some of the main ones, like I said, I'm working on 3 right now, so I could give you 2 from each. Pretty sure. One of them is I feel safe enjoying sex. I'm allowing myself to feel pleasure. That's the sacral. And for the crown chakra, there's I am divine, and then there's I am allowing myself to let go of my attachments. And the heart chakra, one of them is I'm nurturing my inner child. And then another one is, let me think. Which one's a good one? I'm loved.
I really like that one, like that last one, because I feel as though for myself, like I've spoken with the friend before, and she's always told me, like, yeah, like, have an affirmation, and I tried it. I'm just too inconsistent, right? And like you said earlier, that's a lot of work to do if you really want to be at peace with yourself.
Yeah.
So, but I really like that, like, for real.
The thing about I don't it's hard for me. I'm not gonna sit here and act like it's not hard for me either.
Mm-hmm.
It's very. I can have my inconsistent ways, but like I said, I'm not gonna sit. I don't have that much time on my hands to sit down there and read my affirmations every day.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, if I don't sit down and actually do it, I'm reminding myself about one of the chakras. I have 3 different lights in my room, and whichever one I want to focus on, or how I'm feeling, it's the light that associates, the color that associates with it. I put it on, and I burn that incense that's for it. So if I don't have that moment where I'm just sitting down reading my affirmations, I'm still doing things in different ways to heal it, or open it, or better myself.
Okay. So for the lights, you say you have 3. What colors are they?
For the solar plexus, it's fiery colors: yellow, red. The sacral, orange. And the crown chakra, it's violet. I want to say violet, but the thing is, I'm trying to be color correct. That's my problem right now. Then the third eye, I want to say it's like light blue. Like, again, I'm still trying to be color correct. Then the throat chakra is blue. The root is red. And which ones did I say? I said sacral, solar plexus, third eye, crown, throat, root. The heart chakra is green. That's light green.
Okay. Yeah, because really the only way I was like really exposed to chakras was actually a couple days ago. So I was watching Avatar, Last Airbender, and you've seen it, right?
Yeah, of course.
All right, man. It's a great show. You know, I wouldn't be surprised, but yeah. So they have that scene where Aang is trying to open all his chakras, and I think he gets through all of them except the last one. But that's really the only experience I've had where they were, they mentioned all 7 chakras, as opposed to something like Naruto where they just have the center chakra, and like that's their main source of life in a way. Yeah. But yeah.
I'm also trying to get into yoga too, because yoga helps as well. I just gotta find the time to learn something new.
Yeah. So when you say something new, do you mean like stances, or just kind of yoga as a whole? I don't know, like, if that question makes sense.
Poses associated with the chakras.
Oh, okay.
That's what I want to learn. I don't want to do like the whole thing. I just want to get like those few things that I want. That I'm just gonna work on that.
Okay.
After. Yeah.
Word. Yeah, cause when you said yoga, I was thinking you meant like the whole thing. But okay, like I like that. That's definitely something. That's a better way to kind of look at it, because you'll have more time to perfect those. You know what I mean? As opposed to like going through the whole thing, and it's a lot more you kind of have to understand. But yeah, like when you have those, like just these, so probably like 7. Well,
more probably not just 7, like a few.
But, yeah. So okay, I like that. And I did have. Oh, you said you also do teas.
Oh, I'm big on tea. I never used to be big on tea until I was now. But tea also helps. Yeah. So like I said, those are one of my things I also have as backup if I don't want to sit down there and just read my affirmations and all that stuff. Tea also, you get specific teas that are associated with it. I don't know all of it, but there's specific styles. I don't want to say styles, like flavors that are associated with the chakras. So I could say with the solar plexus, it's fiery stuff. I don't want to say fiery, but more like something like ginger tea. Ginger tea is also
okay.
associated with the solar plexus.
With the, okay.
Stuff like that. Spicy stuff like that. That's a better word. Spicy flavor, spicy teas like ginger tea. My favorite one specifically is Bengal spice.
Okay.
Because it has all like ginger tea, cinnamon, stuff like that. It's very, very spicy.
And that's another one associated with the solar plexus.
Yeah.
Okay.
And right now I got a whole bunch of stuff like sleepy time tea. If I want to be more specific, I have for my sacral, I have a country peach because those types of flavors are associated with the sacral and stuff like. So yeah, country peach. If you want to get into it, lavender for the third eye and all that, and that. Because I have a stress relief tea, and that flavor's lavender. And if you want to be more specific and attribute it to the third eye, you can. And yeah, I even have essential oils. I need to get a diffuser. I can't find one, but yeah, teas also help. Teas, I don't want to say it's important because they're still like meditating and all that stuff, but it's important.
Yeah.
And I love it. I love the teas. I was at Walmart the other day, and a lady saw me with all of my tea in my hand, and she was like, "You're really not trying to get sick." I was like, "No, it's for something else."
Yeah, it's deeper than that.
Yeah.
Nah, that's dope. And with tea, I feel like it's definitely underrated. Like, not even about the whole staying healthy, but I didn't know that tea was really associated with spirituality, to be completely honest with you. So, yeah, I just learned something.
Teas, and they work wonders for it too. Especially if you get the good tea and that shit just hits and just, man, there's no better feeling than that.
Okay. So what about things like chamomile tea?
Solar plexus.
Solar plexus? Okay.
That's for that.
Yeah. Alright. I tried that before. That one wasn't bad. And then green tea. What about that?
Heart.
Okay.
I want to say the heart. It sounds like something for the heart, so I want to say heart.
I can't do ginger tea, man. I don't know what it is.
Ginger tea. I know. I want to say ginger tea is kind of good.
You think so?
It's kind of
man.
Good.
Nah, I can't do it, man. I think it's too spicy, probably. That's what it is. You know, like it's like I drink it and I'm like, damn, this is gonna help me feel better, but shit, I don't want to do it.
The solar plexus it's all in the abdominal region. So what you want to do with the tea is get tea to get your abdominal region moving, get your digestive system going, and then you just clear that out. And clearing that out will open your solar plexus. They say.
Okay.
So that's why the spicy teas are associated with that, because you want to get your abdominal region moving, get your digestive system moving, get everything moving in there. That'll just help the confidence and all that.
Okay. And then not eating meat. So are you completely vegan or vegetarian?
Pescatarian. I could never do that. I need something. I still like seafood. Salmon don't know how good their body really is.
Nah, my coworker's pescatarian. So I kind of understand. Like he. Anytime like when the pandemic first started, like our job would buy us food, or like some of the other workers would go buy food, and they get like beef and steak and stuff like that. And I don't eat red meat at all. I haven't had red meat for a while. There's only one time I'll eat red meat, and it's from Rod's in Brockton. That's the only exception I'll make to eat red meat. But anyways, yeah, like all I can do is chicken. Like it's just chicken and fish. That's about all I can do. I don't know. Like I steak, beef, pork. I mean, I slowed down on pork a while ago, but yeah, beef and steak. I can't. I don't know. I just can't do it like that anymore. But is there a specific reason why you're pescatarian?
I did it for my chakras because I remember reading one time, and I felt like you was gonna ask this.
Mm-hmm.
Something was telling me you were gonna ask this question. I was telling myself I should read on it again.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't read it, and I felt like you was gonna ask me. I did it at work.
Mm-hmm.
I read it at work one time, but because someone else was asking me.
Yeah.
I want to say it's the fact that one, you're eating something that was killed,
Mm-hmm.
and two, it kind of like anybody can correct me if I'm wrong. It messes up the frequencies or the consumption of meat, like blocks your chakras,
Okay.
and and it blocks the energies too. And so with not eating meat, it frees that up and it stops them from doing that. And it also helps open up your chakras as well.
Mm.
So I said I'm gonna try it out, and it's been like a whole month now since I haven't been eating meat, and I can see I feel good.
Mm.
So I can see why people stop for their own reasons.
Right.
But yeah, I feel very good. My energy has been different, so I've still been doing it. So yeah, not eating meat, it helps. I'd say I feel good. I've been eating like more fruits,
Mm-hmm.
salads, smoothies, obviously seafood and all that. And so yeah.
Right. Yeah, fish is probably the only thing I can do. Like if I were to cut out chicken, like it would have to be fish, but it would only be fish. Cause I can't do like lobster, shellfish in general. I can't do.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know what it is. It just I don't know. It's not for me. But dang, I think that's like on my notes. So how? Oh no, you did explain that. Is there anything else you learned along the journey, or like something that you learned on the journey? I think you kind of mentioned it before. But something you learned that you didn't know before. Like advice that you would give to somebody who's just started.
To somebody who's just started. Well, to answer your first thing, if there's something that I learned was to be more appreciative of other people. Nature is a big thing. I learned how to be more appreciative of nature. I learned how to be in the now, because being in the now is just as important as being in the future or being in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's better just to be present, and I'm teaching myself how to be present. Something else I learned was just to listen to your gut. Don't ignore your gut.
Mm-hmm.
If your gut's telling you something, it's telling you something for a reason. So I guess you could fit that into advice. Another thing I learned a lot of things. I just learned how to be patient. Learned how to, and I also learned how to be more accepting of being slow moving, which goes into meditation. I'm just learning how to just be slow moving, stop trying to move fast all the time and just slow down and breathe and just be, like I said, be in the now. Just look at everything that's around me, take in everything that's around me. And so I guess I could say that to someone else who's starting. It's just taking everything that's around you, specifically nature, love nature. And love yourself, because you're going to get thoughts and you're going to face certain things that are probably going to throw you off. There's certain things, certain scars that you probably didn't want to face, but in that silence you're probably going to face it at some point. And just to be ready for that. And I would say have fun, because once you start noticing the differences, you feel amazing, and then your whole mood will change. You will change as a person, and but don't be afraid to change, because that's you going to your higher person. You're letting go of the ego. You're taking that skin off, and you're just going to your higher self. And it's okay to take that skin off, and it's okay to face those scars and all that made you put that skin on. At some point you want to rip it off. because at some point that's not going to affect you. It's going to affect the people that are around you. And so don't be afraid to take that skin off. Take that ego off and ascend to your higher self, because that's what we're supposed to do. That's what we're made to do. That's what we're here to do, is to finally reach that higher self. And then you want to reach that higher self because that higher self feels good. My journey isn't over. I'm still going, as I'm still learning myself. So don't be afraid to learn as you go on. Don't be afraid to make mistakes along the way, because you're still a human being, and human beings make mistakes, and human beings, sometimes we trip. And part of this journey is standing up when you trip. Because another thing, the solar plexus is being attuned with your inner warrior, and so there's that. And then another thing is be nice to yourself and love yourself, because when you shed those skins, you're going to be facing things, and you want to be nice to yourself, and you do that. And love yourself. That's another thing. Just make sure you just be in the now. I want to say live in the now, and it's okay to reminisce on certain things. Sometimes you need to reminisce to let go. So don't be afraid to let go either. And that's another thing I was saying, because now I'm focusing on like the crown chakra. The crown chakra is another thing associated with letting go. So right now I'm just allowing myself to let go of things. So don't be afraid to let go of things. Don't be afraid to think about it one last time. Even though it hurts, don't be afraid to think about it last time. That's my advice.
Word. And I do want to go back a little bit, because you said to slow down, and that's something that I feel I struggle with, because I'm always trying to think ahead, like especially like even with this podcast, I'm always trying to think ahead of like, all right, like who am I gonna schedule next, right? So like I kind of have to think like that, but at the same time, I scheduled somebody I don't need to worry about. I don't always need to worry about, like, who am I going to schedule, like, 2 weeks from now? No, I'm here right now doing this podcast. So this is where all my energy needs to be. Because, what was it? I saw this, I think it was on Twitter. Like, you can, no, it was definitely in a song. I don't know. But anyways, you can go fast all you want, but if you have no direction, then it's like, what are you really doing? So it's better to kind of go slow and know exactly where you're going than to move fast and not have a clue.
And you take in more too. When you do slow yourself down, you take in more. And I could say that's been the best feeling, is just being able to finally take in more than I would probably normally miss, because I'm taking everything in, just trying to be present in what I'm doing.
Yeah, so I agree with that. There was something else that you said that I liked. But yeah, like you guys kind of get the understanding, and actually really like this was very helpful for me, because like I said, like I'm not too big on spirituality. Like, I do have an understanding of, well, I have an idea of like what things are, and kind of like the stuff that you mentioned. Some I kind of knew were associated with spirituality, but like others I didn't. So I kind of have a better understanding of stuff a little more. So spirituality does not equal religion, right? Like there's no.
Ooh,
is that a separate thing, or is it like, are they kind of So, I guess a better question is, do they tie in together? Have you tied them in together? I'll say.
I haven't tied them in together. To be honest with you, I haven't tied them in together. But I guess I feel like that answer just depends on the person. Because me personally, I would say no. Because with religion, you're connecting yourself with a higher power. And spirituality, you're connecting with yourself.
Okay.
So I personally would say no, because that's two different aspects in which you're trying to connect with.
Okay. So I like that answer though, because in my head, like I was kind of tying them together, because I was saying to myself, I'm like, okay, like, you know, I'm not, like, I just believe in the higher power. Like I know there's something greater than us that kind of does the wonders for us, you know. But I try not to also try to get in tune with myself and who I am. So I thought that believing in a higher power was a form of spirituality. I guess it is more religion than spirituality. But like you said, you know, it could also depend on the person and what they believe. So, okay. No, I like that answer. They tie it together. They haven't. So, are you big on religion as well? Or no? Not really.
Not really, but I wouldn't knock it.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't knock it if someone came to me and said that they believe such and such thing. I wouldn't be like, I can't cool with you or whatever like that.
Right.
I'm very accepting of it. Me personally, I'm not really big on it because I haven't felt that connection yet.
Mm-hmm.
So, me personally, I never really been into it. So,
okay.
No.
Yeah, because I kind of feel the same way. And like even the fact that like I don't know about you, but like, you know, I was at Catholic school since I was in kindergarten. So it was like I was kind of having this kind of like in my face like all the time. It was like, all right, like, you know, you got to believe this. You got to, and I'm like, but why? So I'm thinking religion and spirituality are one, because it's like, I don't know, like the Holy Spirit, stuff like that. Like I'm thinking that there's some sort of tie right there. But all right, so that's, yeah, I don't know, man. That is a lot, but
that's a whole conversation in itself.
Yeah. So nah, but I mean I think that's about everything that I wanted to kind of touch on and ask about. But do you have anything else like you wanna let people know, like regarding either your journey or spirituality in itself?
If anybody wants to know anything more, or they want to know about my process or how I do anything, you could, like you mentioned earlier, it's not about my craft. You could find me at Merrick's Books. It's MERRICKSBOOKS, and that's on Instagram. Or if you even want to find me on Twitter, you could go MTJTULL. You can ask me any questions there. You can ask me where to start. You can ask me just about anything. Shit, you could even ask me about a plant, because I do like plants too. And that's another thing that helped me to move slow and work on my patience, was working with plants, because you don't have a choice of plants. So yeah, if anybody has any questions, they could get me on those two platforms right there.
Right. So I think that was another thing I didn't get to. I thought I wrote it down, but I didn't. So your plants, do you have specific plants for specific chakras, or they're just plants?
Those aren't just plants. Those are my children.
My bad.
But yeah, my plants taught me something. They taught me how to be patient. They taught me how to move slow, because plants don't grow fast.
Right.
They grow slowly, depending on which one you have. And it taught me patience, because it takes a while to see the results. Just like what I'm working on with myself. It takes a while to see the result. So just work with plants is like, all right, we're here, and y'all are gonna grow.
Right.
So it's been helping me with my patience. That's another thing that's been helping me move slowly, because I'm becoming more patient person and more to take everything in. So I've been moving slowly, not just my movements, because your movements play a big part in moving slowly. If you're not thinking you're moving fast, you're gonna move slow. But that's just me. So planting has helped with that, the moving slow and the patience. Those are another things that play an aspect into that. You might not believe it, but you can learn something from plants.
Mm-hmm.
You can learn a lot of things from them. It might sound crazy, but it's true.
Nah, I believe it. Cause like one of my homegirls, she actually she's kind of getting more into plants and stuff. And I think that's something she's starting to look at a little more. So I'll definitely connect her with you, and like I don't know if you guys like want to chop it up or whatever about certain plants or what have you.
You could send them. I'm open to everybody.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll send her your way. Word. Yeah. No. I like. I don't know. I've never. Plants are dope.
It's fun.
And I saw this clip on Facebook. It was a video of plants. I think it was like through 3 days. Like they were just sitting in a room, but like seeing how they move and everything, like it was very peaceful to watch.
They're very much alive.
Yeah. So I enjoyed watching that. It was like it wasn't that long, but it was still like, wow, like you really don't even realize how much plants move.
Oh, it's honestly crazy. Because I actually have plants in my vicinity because I keep them in my room.
Mm-hmm.
Just sitting there just watching them, just like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Then if you're a alternative person like me, and seeing the constant change in your plants, because it can happen overnight.
Mm-hmm.
It could happen in the next hour. You're just like, wow, it's crazy.
Perfect, man. Yeah, I think that's about it. Like I said, yeah. Anything else? You all set?
I'm all set.
Word. Yeah, guys. Thank you for tuning in. This is not the end of the podcast. You know, there's definitely more to come. So stay tuned. Again, I appreciate you guys even for tuning in whenever these come out. But yeah, thank you guys.